Melissa, for that beautiful music. And good afternoon. We got rain. Isn't that crazy?
Whatever.
It just arrived. Let's all
It's your imagination.
stand up as we feel able. We're going to sing together, I'm Reaching Out.
I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. I'm reaching out to know the divine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. I'm reaching out to know the divine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm going deep to feel the infinite. I'm going deep to know the divine. I'm going deep to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm rising up to feel the infinite. I'm rising up to know the divine. I'm rising up to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul.
All right. So good, y'all. And if I didn't say it before, welcome to Unity Fort Worth. Let's take a moment to say hello to one another. Say hello to someone you know. Say hello to someone you haven't seen in a while. Say hello to the folks watching from home. So glad they're with us as well. All right. And you're welcome to be seated and get comfy. We're going to sing one more song together. You are the face of God.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
And so it is.
Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Good afternoon. Welcome to Unity Fort Worth, where our vision is to be a vibrant community, powerfully transforming our world through personal and shared spiritual awakening. I'm Patty, and I'm serving as your platform chair today. We're so happy to have you all with us, and we want to extend a special welcome to our newcomers. Thank you for being a part of our community today. If you didn't receive a welcome packet on your way in and you would like one, you can hold your hand up and our ushers will bring you one, or you're welcome to just grab one from the foyer on your way out. But please stay with us and connect in fellowship after the service, and join us for more Sunday services and community events in the future. We are in our final week of our Metaphysics at the Movie series, a fun summer program which we take spiritual inspiration from 4 different movies. Each Friday, we've shown the movie here in the sanctuary, and on Sunday, the message is focused on the spiritual takeaways from the story and insights we can take into our everyday lives. On Friday evening, we gathered here to watch the 2010 film Eat, Pray, Love, which was also a book. I read that. Today, Gretchel Johnson is here with us to explore what happens when we're willing to leave behind what we know in order to grow. Before we get to enjoy Gretchen's talk, let's explore today's word read by Stella Fair.
Today's word is truth. The affirmation is, I speak my truth with integrity, clarity, and compassion. Let's say this together. I speak my truth with integrity, clarity, and compassion. Living in an increasingly polarized world, I am aware not everyone will share my perspective or see life the way I do. As much as I want to live harmoniously with others, I also want to stand up for what I believe, what I know is true for me. I appreciate that others feel the same way about their beliefs. I speak my truth. I center myself in my divinity while acknowledging the divinity of others. I am honest and grounded, staying true to what I believe, even if someone does not agree with me. Likewise, I receive others' truths as I would want them to receive mine. I am fully human, fully divine. I am living with integrity, speaking words of truth with universal power. Today's scripture is from Zechariah chapter 8, verse 16. There are things that you shall do. Speak the truth to one another, render in your gates judgments that are true, and make for peace. The affirmation again, I speak my truth with integrity, clarity, and compassion. Together, I speak my truth with integrity, clarity, and compassion.
searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. Searching for a heart of gold. You keep me searching and I'm growing old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner for a heart of gold.
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you. Let's get to know our guest speaker for today. Actually, we know her a bit because she's spoken here before. Gretchel Johnson. Gretchel is a licensed Unity teacher from Center of Unity in Grapevine, serving and supporting individuals along their spiritual journey of self-discovery by speaking on Sunday mornings and leading workshops and classes. She brings a wealth of insights from the various industries she's experienced through her professional career, notably the beauty and image sectors. Her international travels have afforded her opportunities to share industry knowledge and techniques, complemented by her ownership and management of 2 salons and 1 salon and spa establishment. Gretchel's academic pursuits reflect her dedication to holistic personal development. She has obtained diplomas and degrees from both conventional and alternative educational institutions. She holds a non-secular doctorate in philosophy with a specialization in holistic life counseling. Above all, Gretchen promotes an environment of love and acceptance, and is driven by a commitment to serve and support individuals along their spiritual journey of self-discovery. Please join me in welcoming Gretchel Johnson.
Thank you for that warm introduction. That was beautiful. Thank you. So now let's just take time to spend a moment or two in prayer. Need those just yet. Let's take a collective breath together. Inhale and just blow it out. Divine Spirit, God known by many names, we are here in this space to remember who we really are. Deep in our heart, we know that we are never, ever disconnected from our life source. And for that, we are ever so grateful. Am I not on mic? We are ever so grateful for that connection. And there are times when we forget who we are. When we do, we are quickly reminded when we simply take a breath, a moment to recognize the life-giving force of our breath, that which we do not control, until we intentionally place our attention there. So God, we simply say thank you. And so it is. And so we allow it to be. Amen. It sounds like, can you all hear me in the back? No, not well. Okay. Well, maybe I'll have to use the hand mic. That makes me less. This one? Okay. Yeah. At least my hands want to move around.
This one is on now. I'm going to give her this then, okay?
Is this one not on? This one is on. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, no, move around right here. Okay. All right. Well, it's really an honor to come back to Unity of Fort Worth because it feels like home, a second home for me. I've been here a couple of times. Well, 3 or 4 actually. So glorious morning, beloveds, glorious morning. And today, I want to invite you on a journey, not through time zones or passport stamps, but rather a journey into our own soul. We're drawing from the movie that some of you saw last night, Eat, Pray, Love. It is where Elizabeth Gilbert went on a spiritual journey. It's all about that. And essentially, she discovered she didn't really have to do all that. However, it's a very interesting, and we're going to take a look at her path. Eat, Pray, Love is the title. But it's not just Liz's story. It's truly our own story. And today's message, entitled The Physics of the Quest, it's a spiritual journey through that movie, Eat, Pray, Love. That's not on yet? Okay, there we go. It's really about what happens when we are willing to leave behind what we know in order to grow. We have to get outside of our comfort zone in order to do that. It's the story of waking up to the divine truth. It is an invitation for us to listen with our spiritual ear and live open-heartedly. I'm going to walk us through 3 spiritual destinations: Italy, India, and Bali, and what they reveal about our own inner journey. We'll close with a powerful affirmation to take with us. And then also at the end, which I think is kind of fun, I just thought of that this morning, and thank you, Lane, for being so accommodating to include it, a call and response at the very end. Also, on your way out, so that you really hold the learning of today with you, I also have a handout for you to collect at the end. So now let's start with Italy. You ready? Yes. All right, let's go. Italy. Now, I want you to think of this location as the sacredness of savoring life. In Genesis 12:1, it reads, "The Lord said to Abraham, 'Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you.'" Even way back when that message was delivered, it was the notion that we have to live outside of our comfort zone for growth. So now, the sweetness of doing nothing, it's just so yummy. You could just eat that up because we're all so busy in the Western world. We're busy doing constantly. Liz is, the main character is played by Julia Roberts, and she goes to Rome after a very painful divorce. She says, and I watched a interview that she did, she said that they were just really too young to be married, and you know, when one spouse wants a particular thing like a baby and the other one doesn't, that can create some sort of a divide, right? Well, she decided not to do as most spouses would, to beat him up in terms of verbally beat him up. She just decided that she would, after praying, she said she became friends with the towel and the grout on her bathroom floor because she was just crying and praying, tell me what to do, tell me what to do. By the way, she didn't have a formal relationship with the Creator. She had never really prayed before, so she kind of had to introduce herself, or rather she felt she had to, and she did. But her question was, will you tell me what to do? Well, she got a soft answer. She said it was in her own voice, not a thundering response, but in her own voice, she heard, go back to bed. Go back to bed, because, you know, it's like we will know what we need to know when we need to know it. And at 3 a.m. in the morning, it was not the time for her to know where her path would lead her. She met a gentleman, a yogi from Yonkers. His name was David. But really, and she falls in love with David. But what she really falls in love with is living life again. Because can you imagine years of being in a marriage that you're not really happy in? You want out, but you don't know how to get out because you have with the plans of building the house that you're in and blah, blah, so forth and so on. Italy reminds her that it's really okay to enjoy yourself. She eats pasta for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, not worrying about gaining a pound. How wonderful, ladies, is that? Yes. She learned how to simply be. There's a phrase that they use. By the way, if there are any people who speak Italian, don't judge me. There is a phrase they use in Italy, dolce far niente, the sweetness of doing nothing. So let's take a breath and breathe that in. The sweetness of doing nothing here in the Western world, okay? Italy was also symbolic for another reason. Now, this wasn't in the movie, but my research shows that, and many of you may know this already, the city of Rome is built on layers, literally layers. So when you walk above, there's all beneath there ancient ruins, and included in those ruins are places that Augusta built that was later destroyed by barbarians. There's something deeply spiritual about that, though. It reminds us that when we feel broken, when we feel like we're just in deep despair, we can build ourselves up from that place of feeling broken and glide, move, be our true selves. Also, think about this Rome experience as a mirror of our own life, the disappointments, the headache, all the things that we want to escape from, and know that we can do it. Now, what's really lovely about her time there is that when it was time for her to go, remember that Thanksgiving meal that they had? It was perfect until it wasn't, because the turkey wasn't thawed out. But how sweet it was to gather friends who you feel so comfortable with that you can sleep over in your clothes, wake up the next day, and eat that turkey that had been thawed out and cooked overnight. That was beautiful. So she chose joy and to savor the sacredness of doing nothing. Let's go to India. India. Now, this destination represents the sacredness of surrender. Surrender. This was an interesting experience for her in many ways, not to mention the 22 mosquito bites that she got. She learned quite a bit when she traveled to India. She entered the intensity of an ashram and even greater intensity of her own thoughts. You know something she said in an interview? The only real religion is silence. Because I think so many of us are uncomfortable with that. I do a prayer thing on Wednesday, and I asked one of the ladies, I said, how wonderful it is, and on a scale of 1 to 10, share with us how easy it is, I was speaking to Mary, how easy it is for you to go deep within. Her response was, I really don't like digging down in there. Because it can be uncomfortable when you get answers that you really don't want. Anyhow, she meets this fun guy, and just so happened this fun guy is from Texas, Richard from Texas. He had a big personality, and I just loved him. I became very comfortable with old Richard when he talked because he had that little Texas twang. Richard called Liz groceries. Why? Because she had lost so much weight during the time that she was in this marriage that she didn't want to be in. She wasn't eating, and then she was with the guy from Yonkers that didn't really work out either. So she had lost some weight. Richard said the reason he called her groceries is because he heard her before he saw her eating. She would eat and have a conversation with her food, such as, ooh, yum, and all of those noises. We're familiar with that when we are really enjoying something. Now, he said the woman just really enjoys her groceries. Richard says, he also told her this. He says, you got to stop wearing your wishbone where your backbone ought to be. Yeah, she says, and I have taken that with me. Seriously. Stop wearing your wishbone where your backbone ought to be. But then Richard was also very tender. He took her on the roof, and then he shared his story. Now, any of you that saw that scene, you know it was a tearjerker. Because although he was big and strong and joking and carrying on, when he talked about his failed marriage, his alcoholism, how he almost ran over his little boy in the driveway coming home drunk. And of course, that caused his wife to leave him for sure. Liz dropped a tear, and so did I. It was such a warm space, and you have to be vulnerable when you really want to help people. You have to let them see your scars, because we all have them. And that was his moment to be vulnerable. Before he left her on the rooftop by herself, he said, believe in love again. Now, this is something we all need to hear. And it doesn't matter our age. We can fall in and out of love after 50, 60, and 70. I saw something that just blew my mind. Not blew my mind, because, you know, people can get married at any age. But 80s. This couple were in their 80s and they got married. So believe in love again. At a particular age, it's likely that you will become widow or widower. Don't let that be the last chapter. It doesn't have to be. So before he leaves, he says, believe in love again. And then he says something that sounds very much like unity. He tells her, God dwells in me as me, in you as you. How unity is that? So it's the indwelling Christ that speaks to us, God as our truth of who we are. When we surrender the noise and the pain, we make room for love again. Being in the palm of God. She used that phrase. She felt like she was in the palm of God when she heard the voice, when she got quiet enough to hear. We've all experienced struggle, but we can prepare ourselves to release that struggle into sacred stillness. I'm not really used to doing this, so I hope I don't miss anything. Let's remember to surrender to that still small voice and trust the unfolding path. I will share this, and this was sad when I listened to the interview. Richard passed over into pure spirit in 2010. He passed over at the age of 62. All righty, let's go to Bali. Let's walk on into Bali. Now is when we're going to listen to, now how do this is a little video. How do I start that? I'm sorry. Okay. We're going to watch as Ketut, which is the medicine man, speak to Liz and give her a bit of wisdom. He recognizes that, because she had been there before on business, and he recognized that what did he say? She wasn't as joyful. That's what it was. He becomes both teacher and like a spiritual father to her. He tells her, you must meditate both morning and night. And later, he reminds her in this clip, he reminds her that sometimes, because, you know, when we are dealing with the matters of the heart, it's different for everyone. We experience love in many different ways. And he lets her know that sometimes you have to lose balance for love. It's part of a balanced life. And think about it. Think about a weight. What do you call that weight? A scale. Yeah, think about that. A scale isn't really always balanced. There's always a little heaviness on one side, but then it can come into balance, and then again, it's out of balance. So he was explaining to her, be in the out of balance period to regain balance again. And I'm so sad that we are not going to get to see that, it appears. But what he said really struck me, because oftentimes we think of spiritual balance as meaning we won't be going through any messy parts of life. That is very much unlikely. And I think all of us in here know that, right? It's very unlikely that we're not going to have those messy parts to life. Now, she goes on to meet Felipe. Felipe, a man who, like her, lives on the border. And what that means is that he's an antivasan. That is also Italian, don't judge me. He's an antivasan, and what does that mean? It means that he is willing to renounce comfort to seek truth. Also, it's described as someone living on the border between two worlds, such as the material world and the spiritual world, or the old self and the new self. She resists love at first. She fears that she would lose herself. But then she remembers. What did Ketut say? You must get out. You must sometimes live in the space of being out of balance for love. Eventually, she chooses to take the leap. She chooses to trust. And after this inner wrestling with herself, in the end, Liz comes to understand a sacred principle and believes in something she calls the physics of the quest. That's where the title of the talk comes from. What she calls the physics of the quest. She says that this is a force in nature covered by laws as real as the laws of gravity. The rule goes something like this. If you're brave enough, leave behind everything that is familiar. Absolutely everything. And if you accept anyone as your teacher, even a child, if you just observe little children, and sometimes they say things that you wonder, where did you even learn that? You know, out of the mouth of babes, right? We can learn something from every single person we meet. So if you're willing to accept everyone as a teacher, and if you are prepared to face and forgive difficult truths about yourself, we must love those parts of ourselves that's not so pretty. That's real acceptance. Because how would we even attempt to love and accept someone else if we can't do that for ourselves? And then the truth will not be held from you, she says, if we are willing. That sounds like opening our heart. If we're willing to just live in that space of open-heartedness. That, beloveds, is the essence of spiritual growth. 2 Corinthians says this, for we walk by faith, not by sight. This speaks to trusting the invisible forces at work, what Liz calls the physics of the quest. It affirms that our path, though often unclear, is guided by spirit when we move in faith. Now, we didn't get to watch that, but can we watch this one? No. That's a video also. Well, it says that. I mean, it's all about saying yes to the quest and crossing over into joy, peace, and love. Now, I would like for you, by the way, they got married. Liz and Felipe, they got married. So in closing, the final word that she gave to Felipe when she ran to meet him after the medicine man told her what he told her, she ran back because she had left him and thought, oh no, I can't be with you. You want to take me someplace and I'm not ready to go someplace because I'm living in balance. I'm meditating morning and night. I can't go with you on a boat someplace. No, sir. But the medicine man told her, he gave her that wisdom. So she runs back to his place and he's not there, but she leaves a note, meet me at the pier. And then she tells him, I've got my word. Remember, his word was antevasing, meaning that I live on the border, right? Her word was entreversimo. Can y'all say that? Entreversimo. Yes. Well, I have a call and response to end the talk today. And at the end of the talk, you will say, not at the end of the talk, at the end of my statement, you will say, I am ready to cross over, okay? You will say that 3 times. The 4th time, you will say, entrevissimo, in your own way, which means crossing over. Now, are you ready to leave behind what no longer serves you? Are you open to the sweetness of being, to joy without striving? I'm ready to cross over. Are you Are you open to, can you release control and rest in the arm of spirit?
I'm ready to cross over.
And finally, will you allow love to return, balance to bless, and truth to guide you? Entrepressimo! Woohoo! You did it. Listen, beloveds, I leave you in love and peace. Love and peace. Now, let's get quiet for a moment to enter into the silence. You'll hear 3 chimes to start and 1 chime to end. Just let your attention ride on the sound of the chimes. Here we are. Take a deep breath in with me. Breathe in and blow it out with the sound. Again, inhale through your nose. Breathe in and blow it out. One last time. Breathe it in. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and blow it out. Let your shoulders lower away from your ears and relax your eyes behind closed lids. Or at least focus on something pleasant in the room. Lower your gaze. Just be present here in this moment. Breathe. 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 You took a journey. You took a journey to Rome, and from that experience right now, you feel freedom. You are free to do absolutely anything you want. You're free in your mind and in your heart. Yes. Remember your experience of not only Rome, but India. Oh, how perfect it was when you decided to sit and be still. Look around in your mind's eye and just notice everyone is still. Your eyes are closed and your mind has started to relax. Your breathing is much slower now than before. You walked into Bali, and there you found love again. You let fear go so you could live deep into your understanding faith. Breathe in the energy of an open heart and love. Now you know, you remember, you can come to this space and experience freedom, silence, and love anytime. Bring your attention gently back to this space and open your eyes when you're ready.
This moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
What a blessing to have Gretchel with us today. Please join me in thanking Gretchel for sharing her message. We have another beautiful song from our talented music team coming up, and as you listen, we invite you to participate in the spirit of generosity through a love offering. Your contributions directly support our mission to provide a safe space where we all can experience spiritual growth and realize our divine potential, individually and as a community. You can give your love offering to an usher coming around or click the link to contribute online. We'd love for you to consider setting up automatic giving to provide sustainable support for our community. In whatever way you choose to share your gifts, we are so grateful as we bless our love offerings together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged, oh I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all. The darkness inside you can make you feel so small. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors, beautiful like a rainbow. Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy, can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, just call me up, 'cause you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show. True colors, true colors, beautiful like a rainbow. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, then call me up, 'cause you know I'll be there. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors, true colors are shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors, beautiful like a rainbow.
We have a few announcements before we close out today's service, beginning with gratitude. During our food drive for Tarrant Area Food Bank, we raised $825 total, providing over 4,000 meals. Thank you so much for your generosity. Next Sunday, our service will look a little different. We won't have a speaker giving a message, but instead, we'll spend time in small group discussions and get to know you and the experience you desire as part of Unity Fort Worth. Join us next Sunday at 1 p.m. for a unique experience focused on meaningful connection and heartfelt reflection. Because of the nature of this service, we will not be live streaming it. Those who typically join us online are encouraged to join us in person if possible. to be part of the discussion and share your thoughts and ideas. If you're unable to join us in person, check your email on Monday, August 11th, for the opportunity to share via an online form. We look forward to enjoying this out-of-the-box service experience with you. And bring a dish to share next Sunday, because following the unique service experience, we get to enjoy time and fellowship and celebrating August birthdays in our second Sunday potluck. That's all for the announcements. It's been a gift having you with us. Please join us in the lobby for fellowship after the service. Thank you again to Gretchel. We'll see you at 1 p.m. next Sunday for Connect and Reflect Sunday. Until then, stay safe, be well, and have a wonderful week. Let's rise and sing our peace song, followed by the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God washes over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and I am.